Welcome to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. Tonight, the Twins and the Pirates, and sunshine aplenty. A beautiful day in this neighborhood for sure in Pittsburgh. PNC Park filling up. The Twins are here. Austin Martin and the Twins, somewhat of a roller coaster year. 3 under, but certainly in the race in the American League Central. Connor Griffin's in the lineup. He's DHing, and this youngster has the Pirates 1 game over. Certainly everybody feels like they're over 500 in the National League. Hi, everybody. With Ryan Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker, I'm Rich Waltz. Welcome to what feels like paradise. Just look at behind us right now. Pittsburgh is all lit up and ready to go, and it feels like this might be the year the Bucks turn the corner.
I really feel that way. I mean, this offseason was really exciting because they made a couple trades. They got some players that added length to the lineup. We know Paul Skeens, but you also have one of the top prospects in all of baseball in Connor Griffin, and it makes watching the Pittsburgh Pirates so enjoyable.
Yeah, and you know what? He's only 20. What can't this guy do?
He can't cook yet. I'm pretty sure he can't cook. Before his birthday, before he turned 20, it was a little bit of a struggle for him. He's learning the league, but since then, since April 24th, in 30 games, a .307 batting average, that's fantastic. The 11 extra base hits. This guy's a power-speed combination, and when you think about where he's doing this, NL rookie ranks, he's near the top. 4th in hits with 47, 5th in RBIs with 21. And then the runs scored, top 3. And this is a lineup that is now scoring a lot more runs than they did a year ago. He also has his speed, 9 infield hits, the stolen bases at 12, sprint speed 2nd in the National League. And as I'm watching this kid, what makes him so unique is that he can hit. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud. To give you an idea, good hitters are line to line. So he has the ability to get the infield singles, but he's driving the ball in the gaps. He's using the opposite field power, and Rich, you know this, the best hitters in the sport, they hit the ball line to line.
And the best hitters in the sport are like 28, 29, 30 years old. He's got mature power, and he just turned 20. Okay, I told you about the roller coaster the Twins are on. The theme tonight, though, is coming back home for Derek Shelton.
It is for Derek Shelton. I mean, he spent a lot of years here, and he's excited to be here with part of the Minnesota Twins. But the thing that he has, that Shelton has, is one of the league's best player in Byron Buxton. That's been his leader. This guy's special. The 2026 barrel percentage and sprint speed leaders, if you're the 90th percentile or above, there's Byron, there's Mike Trout, he's never aging, and Jordan Walker. And by the way, Buxton's done this multiple times in his career. And as we're watching Byron Buxton, we know that health is really important to him because when he's on the field, he's incredible. One of the top overall picks when he was drafted, stolen base percentage since 2016, the best in baseball. You can't catch him. Defensive run safe, he's one of the elite center fielders. But this year, it's been the power. 17 home runs, he's tied for 3rd, slugging percentage 3rd, and he's averaging a home run about every 12 at-bats, which is insane because he's on pace for 54 home runs.
12 home runs his last 23 games, and this is the ratio, and this is the company he keeps in Twins history.
Insane. When you're in the list with Harmon Killebrew, Bob Allison, Tom Brunansky, and then, of course, you see one of my favorite Canadians, Justin Morneau, you're in elite company. So power, speed from both Byron Buxton and Connor Griffin will be on full display tonight.
I'll go Joey Votto.
Joey Votto. I like Joey Votto.
Maybe Larry Walker, favorite Canadians. All right, Jared Jones gets the start, and that's big news for the Pirates because he joins a talented rotation, and they're all homegrown. That's what's on Trisha Whitaker's radar when we get back.
Ever wash a teenager's clothes? Avoid it at all costs.
When laundry piles up and stinking.
The Pittsburgh Pirates pick Paul Skeens, right-handed pitcher from LSU.
The top pitching prospect in Major League Baseball.
He got him 100! Oh, yeah! Jared Jones, the electric one. Where in the world is Carmen Mlodzinski? He's right here in Pittsburgh.
Braxton Ashcraft was magnificent. He deserves this ovation.
Praise the Jolly Roger! He completes his masterpiece.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux. An absolutely beautiful day in Pittsburgh for some baseball between the Pirates and the Twins. Well, the Pirates have accomplished something rare in the game of baseball today. And no, I'm not talking about Paul Skeens. I'm also not talking about some flashy stat that jumps off the page. I'm talking about homegrown development. The Pirates boast the only entirely homegrown starting rotation in Major League Baseball. Take a look at the guys leading the way. Every single one of them was drafted or originally signed by Pittsburgh, and inside that clubhouse, it is a massive bragging point. Don Kelly told me it is a huge point of pride for our guys. And Bubba Chandler said, it's so special what the front office has done. He said, all of these guys are so talented, but on top of that, they're some of my very best friends. And guess what? You get to see one of those homegrown talents on the mound today. That would be Jared Jones, making his first appearance since 2024. And in the game of baseball, it's hard enough to develop just one piece of homegrown talent, but to develop an entire starting rotation full of guys that this organization developed from the start, that is rare, and it is something that the Pirates hope can lead them into the future. Around the corner, we've got your first look at lineups and first pitch from Pittsburgh between the Pirates and the Twins on Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV.
This is Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux lenses, with former Colorado Rocky Ryan Spilborghs and Trisha Whitaker. PNC Park, I'm Rich Waltz. Down below, Nick Gonzalez with Trisha.
All right, Nick, after being taken out of the game, precautionary for your knee, you're back in the lineup. How glad are you to be back?
Yeah, just happy to be back, help the team, do what I can, and feeling a lot better today.
All right, Jared Jones out there on the mound for the first time since 2024. A long road. The emotion seeing him take the mound.
It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long time, and when he's on the bump, everyone really likes it. It's exciting, so I think he's going to bring it today.
Nick, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Trisha. This opens a weekend series for the Twins. Derek Shelton just presented the lineup at home plate. There to meet him, his former bench coach, Don Kelly. Shelton let go last year by the Pirates. In the early part of the season, Kelly took over as the interim manager and now has the job full time. And the lineup he presented looks like this. It starts right away with Byron Buxton, Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens, Josh Bell, former Pirate. He was an all-star for the Pirates. He's in the cleanup spot. Larnach, Martin, Caratini, Keishel, and Tristan Gray. BetMGM brings you our lineups tonight from Pittsburgh. Crowd still coming across the bridge. The city just glorious on a 76-degree night in Pittsburgh.
It is perfect here, and with the Allegheny looking all nice. Tonight we're also going to see a drone show post-game, which I've never seen before. I'm going to stick around for that. But you can't ask for a better backdrop. Now, for Jared Jones, this is a long time coming, and I can only imagine what he feels. Butterflies, he's going to be amped up. I mean, he wants to show the Pirates what he's capable of doing, and this is a big get for the Pirates to have the return of Jared Jones tonight.
609 days between big league starts. He made 5 rehab starts in the minor leagues. When he went in for surgery on the elbow, Dr. Meister, who's one of the best, didn't know which surgery he was going to have. He opened him up, and they had to decide, was it Tommy John or was it the brace surgery, the internal brace? They took a look, internal brace surgery, and he's back just 12 months to the day of his surgery, and he is an absolute bulldog. That's 2024. triple-digit fastball, a hard slider. Those are the calling cards.
I've always felt like the calling card for Jared Jones was how he just pounds the strike zone. Let's spill the beans on Jared Jones. Davy Jones's locker, we know that. We're going to pay attention to his strike percentage because he's usually over 70%, which makes him elite. And then walk the plank. We know the bullpen for the Pirates, it's been okay. They've had a couple troubles with some right-handed relievers, but he's on a pitch count tonight. So it's somewhere between 70 and 80 pitches for Jared Jones. And last year, or 2 years ago, when Jared Jones was on the bump, we'll give you an idea of what the pitch arsenal is. This fastball is electric. It's above league average when it comes to spin rates and carry. That fastball sits right around 97 miles an hour from a couple of years ago. We'll see where it's at tonight. Slider, curveball, and changeup, but he really does. He knows where the balls are in the screen. He is going to throw strikes.
He did not want to talk about this start yesterday. He was just like, let's go. I want to get on the mound right now. I don't want to talk about it. And this is the progression coming up in his rehab starts, ramping him up from that internal brace surgery. And the results of that surgery, you get back a little quicker than you do with the Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, I mean, there's various versions of these Tommy Johns. There's Tommy John, there's the internal brace, and then there's one called the TJ3, which combines the Tommy John surgery with the internal brace. So looking forward to see what he's got. This is gonna be exciting.
You see the backdrop in center field, the hitter's eye is awash in sunshine. That can be an issue at times. We'll keep an eye on that. Byron Buxton in the box. The best hitter for the Twins in the leadoff spot. And man, has he been scorching hot. 12 homers, 23 games. 17 homers his last 34 games. And man, everybody in baseball is just rooting for him to stay healthy the rest of the year. It's a high pop out of play. And Jones going right after him. Out in front, 0-2.
Now, the batter's eye is in play right now just because the sun is shining on it, but you can see in the infield it is in the shadow. So what it means is hitters won't be able to pick up spin early in the game.
Wow. 101. Hard to pick that up. Shadows or not.
This is fun to see Jared Jones back. And he just reaches back. There's that carry fastball, 101. You got no shot whether it's bright with the batter's eye or not.
Brooks Lee in the 2 spot, playing third base. And of course, the Twins infield has been scrambled with the Royce Lewis down at AAA. They sent their power hitting shortstop down to get his bat right, and it looks like he's done that. He's really swinging it well in AAA. Wouldn't be surprised if he's back up shortly. Triolo's at short, fires to first, and Jones has 2 quick outs. Ricola. It's our weather report. This is an easy one. 79 degrees. A little bit of a wind, no precipitation.
Basically, that is, it means it's perfect.
Cody Clemens in the 3 spot.
1-1.
You just heard Jansen Visconti, our home plate umpire, Alex Tosi, Jordan Baker, Willie Traynor, and the umpiring quartet, fresh into town for this 3-game set. That ball's hit to right. That ball's hit deep. And Cody Clemens has hit it out, and the Twins are on the board first. Number 6 for Clemens.
Well, Derek Shelton told us before the game he loves Cody because he's just a baseball player. Unassuming, you see him standing at the plate, and you're like, he's not that big. Just like Brandon Lau, I mean, this guy generates a lot of power. And Jared Jones, he tried to challenge him with the fastball. Cody says, no thanks.
So 2 quick outs and 1 quick exit by Cody Clemens. Josh Bell swings to a breaking ball. The Twins have grabbed a 1-0 lead. Bell who has played in a variety of places, had maybe his finest year as a Pirate, an all-star for Pittsburgh. Takes a strike. Switch hitter. He's at first base tonight. Trevor Larnach is on deck. See if he brings the heat. And bounces a breaking ball up.
He knew right off the bat for Cody it was gone, especially with right field. It's very friendly to lefties if he can pull the ball in the air.
Oh no. Did he?
No swing. PNC Park is much like northeastern ballparks or even northern ballparks like Minnesota's. The first 2 months of the season, the ball doesn't fly all that well, but not this weekend. The temperature is going to be in the high 70s. It's a good place to hit right now. And a liner right at the feet of Lau, who makes the catch. Jared Jones, 609 days from the last start, gives up a homer to Cody Clemens. MGM. And Brandon Lau is a big part of the Pirates' success this year. He's making it look like he's going to the All-Star game for the third time in his career. First-year Pirate, he's made a big impact. This is a much deeper and a lineup with much more length than in the last few years for the Pirates. Taj Bradley's first pitch is a strike at 99 miles an hour.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of red on the radar gun tonight.
Spencer Horwitz turns away. He's been a really nice find for the Pirates last year. Injured a bit last year, healthy this year. And he's been an on-base machine. That's why they moved him to the leadoff spot. 389 on base. Bradley bounces it. It's 2-1.
There's a big reason why the Pirates, from an offensive standpoint, they're not even the same team that they were a year ago. This is a much better lineup. Obviously, you get Connor Griffin back in the lineup, so it lengthens it out. They're waiting to get Ryan O'Hearn back.
You see the type of May that Horwitz has had. That's a strike. Yesterday, the Pirates lost to the Cubs 7-2. Couple of infield errors in the sixth. They kind of squandered a Paul Skeens start, who struck out 10 and gave up just one earned run. One fouled at the plate, but they're a game over 500, and they should get O'Hearn back over the weekend. That adds a little more length to Don Kelly's lineup. And of course, Kelly is a Yinzer. He is a native of Pittsburgh. Liner to left, well hit in the sun. You can see it in the glasses of Larnach, and Horwitz allowed out. What are the bean spillings of Taj Bradley?
The Taj breaking ball, it's a work of art. It's one of the eighth wonders of the world. He has an elite curveball, gets a huge amount of swing and miss. We'll pay attention to how he does against lefties. And then a man with the plan. He was not big into analytics in his time with Tampa Bay, and since he's come over to Minnesota, he's done much better game planning. And so we'll pay attention to see what changes second, third time through the lineup.
This guy has just been an impact bat and an impact presence in the clubhouse when he arrived at spring training. Lau, the longtime Ray, 14 homers, getting on base, 551 slug.
But the thing that stood out for a lot of the guys with the Pirates when they talk about Lau is, yes, you see the power numbers, it's his defense. His defense at second base has been much better than advertised.
Bradley missing up, and it's 3-0.
And it is amazing, man. This guy's 5'9". You see, he's gonna blow right past Neil Walker and Maz. But this ballpark was built for him.
It was, and when we came up to the ballpark, we saw Maz swooping it up after that great home run in the World Series here long ago. Brian Reynolds comes to the plate. Reynolds, of course, has been here the longest for the Pirates, and you said it best. The Pirates are a completely different team than last year. Last year, they were last in the major leagues in homers, in slugging, in runs, and in OPS. And this year, They're top 10 in most of those categories.
0-1.
The thing I do find strange with this Pirates team this season as a unit is they're raking at home, but they're not raking on the road.
Reynolds has hit in 6 straight, 11 hits in that run. Allow not a base stealing threat.
0-2.
And Bradley's behind now 2-0.
I mean, you would never have guessed a year ago that the Pirates would be top 6 in baseball as far as runs per game. You would not. And if you did, you were crazy.
I think that on base percentage, which is also 5th in baseball, big part of that offense. And we've kind of seen that across baseball. With ABS's arrival, the on-base percentage, in particular, some certain players, has gone up.
Well, and to me, that's always been the name of the game, is the on-base percentage. I care about that more than I do slugging or batting average.
Suddenly, Bradley can't find the plate.
It is a 4-pitch mix for Taj, and the fastball, big fastball, the splitter that works really well off the fastball, and then the curveball he wants to get to put you away.
Pete Mackey, the pitching coach, is on his way out. Let's do a little stat casting.
Well, here's the curveball, strikeouts, looking and swinging, and you get the idea. I mean, this is a great curveball. 3rd most strikeouts by an American League right-hander with his curveball. It's a devastating pitch once he gets his fastball landing.
That, of course, brought to you by Google Cloud. Strikeouts on curveballs. Taj Bradley is topping that list, and it goes back to the start of 2025. The Twins come in having dropped 3 of 4 to the White Sox, despite playing pretty well over the last 2 weeks. They swept the Red Sox in Boston to start this road trip. Now Gonzalez, who plays everywhere and hits just about everywhere, his average right around 300.
Yeah, but he's in the perfect spot in this Pirates lineup hitting 4th. Now you might be saying, Spilly, what are you talking about? He doesn't slug. He hits with runners in scoring position as well as anybody in baseball. A big reason why he will use the right center gap. He will hit behind the run.
First and second. Little roller, up 3rd. Lee, off balance throw, and he throws it away. Coming home is Lau. Reynolds around 3rd. He'll hold there. And the Twins infield, which really wobbled the first 2 months of the season with a big error, it's 1-1.
Brooks Lee, we know his dad is a coach for Cal Poly, head coach. They're playing in a regional game tonight. He might call his son and say, listen, man, you know this is one where you put it in your back pocket. It's too difficult of a play. Brooks knows it as soon as he throws it. Sometimes you want to make a play, but there's times where you just have to eat it.
And the infield is in now with runners 2nd and 3rd, and O'Neill Cruz at the plate, and he fires at a fastball and fouls it back. Cruz with 11 home runs. A lot of those came early in the season. His month of May is just about to end. He's got 2 this month. Bradley out in front, 0-2.
A big change for O'Neill Cruz is he's hitting much better with 2 strikes. He'll still strike out. I mean, because he's 6'7". He's got a lot of holes because he's got a big strike zone, bigger than most. But he's hitting much better with 2 strikes.
Oh. That's especially relevant in the era of ABS, the size of the strike zone, because it's tailored to each hitter. So if you're his size, your strike zone is bigger than, say, Jose Altuve.
That's right.
Altuve is probably tired of being the part of that example for the big players. Roller to first, Bell has it, runner comes home and scores. So on contact, Reynolds was moving, and Bell smartly took a peek and then got the out, and it's 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Well, even just putting the ball in play for O'Neal Cruz it's good, right? Off the end of the bat, little slider down and in. Josh Bell, not known for his ability to throw, wisely makes the decision to just take it to first himself.
Here's Griffin now with a runner at third and 2 outs. Discomfort in his forearm, throwing arm. He's available to DH, to pinch hit, to pinch run, but they want to keep him off of shortstop a few days to try to let that calm down.
Now we watched him take batting practice today, and the swing looked perfectly fine.
Only 5 games at AAA this year. Only 127 minor league games total. It's 1-2. Gonzalez, the runner at third. And the 1-2. Line drive, base hit center field. And Pittsburgh, after the Clemens homer, answers with 3 in the bottom of the first.
Already in the first inning, the Pirates are hoisting the cone. They took advantage of a couple miscues by the Twins. And this kid can hit. I mean, unbelievable. 20 years old, under control, love his swing. It's a simple load. He does handle pitches middle away much better than middle in.
Andy Rodriguez starting at catcher. Joey Bart is on the IL. He's having a pretty good May, and then a foot infection knocked him onto the IL. And a lot of pitches in this first inning for Bradley. Remember, he's coming off the IL, sort of. This is his second start.
Second start. It was looked great against Boston. The Twins went into Boston and swept them.
Great speed at first. Griffin bluffs.
All out.
The pitch is outside. Rodriguez kind of rocketed through the system, picking up a lot of different awards and attention, and then a couple of surgeries slowed his roll.
When Andy first came up to the big leagues with the Pirates, it felt like the Pirates found their backstop. And then to lose him for a while, and that's game planning, game calling.
Swing and a miss there. Now with the full count.
So you can stunt a player's growth, especially the catcher's position is the one that you need to learn the most. It's almost like a quarterback for baseball. I mean, there's just so much on the plate of a catcher. So he lost basically 2 years of development.
Griffin running on the 3-2 pitch. That's strike 3 called, and it's a challenge right away. It's a hitter challenge by a catcher. And it's brought to you by
strike. The batter is challenging.
It's brought to you by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Pittsburgh has 1 challenge remaining.
You lose a challenge, but you get 3 runs. That's not a bad exchange rate for the Pirates. TV presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series. Find your local Essilor expert at Essilor.com. Jared Jones, just 12 pitches in the first inning, but 9 of them were at 100 or more. And we're told one was 101.5, the hardest pitch he's thrown in his career. Trevor Larnach digs in. Larnach takes ball 1. Austin Martin, Victor Caratini for the Twins.
So we'll have to pay attention to fastball velocity. You know, the first inning, he probably amped up, juiced up. We'll see if it still stays right there.
That's exactly what Derek Shelton said in our meeting, because obviously Shelton was his manager here in Pittsburgh in 2024, his only year in the big leagues. When you combine it with a hard slider.
Yeah, everything is power, power, power with Jared Jones. And that's a 92-mile-an-hour slider.
Good.
And they're calling it a changer.
Larnach in left field. He's in the 5 spot. This Twins roster has undergone all kinds of changes in the last month, month and a half. Injuries, demotions, and a liner into left. And Larnach has got a hit here to open up the second. And some of these names are big pieces.
Well, you see Pablo Lopez gets hurt again, UCL surgery, Mick Abel, elbow inflammation, Cole Sands, a forearm strain. And we talked about Royce Lewis getting optioned down, Ryan Jeffers. That one's the big one for me, is Jeffers was probably the most consistent at bat behind Byron Buxton. And he's out for a while with the hamate bone surgery. I had the same thing. It takes a while.
One guy who's emerged this year, especially getting on base, is Austin Martin. Martin, a big jump in the on-base percentage. Caratini behind him. Larnach's at first. It'll be interesting, as you noted, to watch Jones once the adrenaline wears off. You see, since the end of last year, late August, he really started to click and looked like he was when he was an All-American and a great player at Vanderbilt. Sometimes it takes a little time. He was a 5th overall pick by the Jays. Checked his swing there. Twins felt they got the better end of that trade with Jose Barrios. And Martin getting better every year.
Well, one of the things that stands out with Austin Martin, we see it, you know, a lot of guys that don't chase right now are hitting for a higher average. He chases 17% of the time, which is elite, near the top of baseball.
And that has to do, and you schooled me on this, with ABS, because the zone is the zone now.
It's your zone forever. You don't have to worry about the home plate umpire anymore.
Oh boy. 3-2 is outside, and the Twins have something going here in the second. That's going to bring up Caratini, who is a veteran catcher and really good behind the plate. But he's no Ryan Jeffers as far as a hitter. As you pointed out, Jeffers, their second best hitter and productive hitter behind Buxton. Luke Keeschel is on deck. And Jones misses in. Of course, the other part of Jones arriving is there's 6 starters now for the Pirates, which is a good problem to have. And they're all pretty darn good. Obviously, Skeens is really good. That one almost pops out of the glove of Rodriguez. One of their best starters has been sent to the bullpen to make room for Jones rather than go with a 6-man rotation. Don Kelly and, of course, the front office initiating this move. Carmen Mlodzinski, who's made 11 starts. The Pirates are 8-3 in those starts, and now he becomes a high leverage piggyback middle guy, which is, if you're not familiar with the word piggyback in terms of baseball, it's starter after starter. The Seattle Mariners have done that of late with success, I might add. in terms of the ERA with Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo. 2 starts. That piggyback went for 2.12 ERA. And now we'll see. Mlodzinski isn't available tonight.
But the thing with these leverage relievers that pick up multiple innings, it works. I'm seeing it right now in Colorado with Antonio Senzatella. It's a weapon for a manager to be able to go and say, all right, if Jared Jones gets run out in the 4th inning, and I have a reliever that can pick up 3 innings, now it bridges you the 5th, 6th, 7th, so you can get your plus side relievers in the 8th and the 9th, and you just save the pen.
Wilbur Dotel is apparently the piggyback or the planned piggyback guy, but it's hard to really get the timing right sometimes on that. Here's Caratini, 2-0 pitch, and that's outside. And he's a ball away from loading the bases with nobody out after his team just gave him a 3-1 lead.
Well, we're talking about the fastball velocity. He's shying away from his fastball this inning. A lot more off-speed slider curveball.
He's walked him. They're loaded. And there's nobody out. And Luke Keeschel comes up. 5 rehab starts, Spilly. There's no way you can replicate the adrenaline, the buzz, the energy of a start like this back in front of a home crowd on a Friday night.
And this is rare form for Jared Jones. I mean, when he was 2024, he was nonstop throwing strikes.
That's high to Keeschel, who had a promising start to his major league career, arriving last year, Arizona State star. Hit 302, 382 on base. There's a strike, and Jones finally catches the plate. There's nobody out. The Twins infield is back all the way around. Keeschel pulls it, foul, just foul. And it's 1-2.
Now Keeschel, if there's ever any dust up, you don't want to mess with him. He's a former wrestler. He takes that wrestling mentality into his game. He's very disciplined in everything he does.
49 games last year, 4 homers. 1 homer this year. 1-2. Got him. So Jones gets the strikeout. 1 out. And now Tristan Gray in the 9 spot for the Twins.
This ends up being a big pitch for Jared Jones. You get the curveball, you get the punch out, and now you still have a chance to get out of this with no damage done.
And Gray goes after it. And it's 0-1. Tristan Gray has been a lot of places. He's played a lot of places. Very versatile. Coming through the minors, had to go through indie ball, played in Australia. His first opening day roster, and he had a grand slam on opening day. The bags are loaded here. And Jones out in front, 0-2.
So Jones is probably going to hunt the punch out, but he still wouldn't mind a ground ball double play if he can do it.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to face Buxton.
That's right.
Who's on deck. That's the benefit of having a guy like Buxton in the leadoff spot.
Okay. You're welcome.
Very polite chatter behind the plate from Jansen Visconti, the home plate umpire. 0-2. Hit hard and into left field. That's a base hit. Larnach will score. Martin behind him. He will score. And the Twins have tied it up. Tristan Gray punches it the other way. It's first and second with 2 outs. Or excuse me, with 1 out. And Don Kelly just saw his lead evaporate.
A little curveball. He started him off in the at-bat with the curveball, and that's usually gives you an indicator if you're the hitter. This is something he's going to go back to put me away. Love the inside-out approach, and it was just based on the shading. I mean, the shading was up the middle for Tristan Gray.
Buxton now. A strike. No doubt, when he's healthy, he is one of the best in Major League Baseball, and he has been all of that this year. Lines it, foul. And now Jones, who struck Buxton out back in the first, trying to punch him out here in the second. Gray's at first.
All good.
Caratini at second. Outfield playing Buxton to right center. It's it hard to third. Gonzalez, Lau, in time. There's the double play. Jones gets out of the inning, but not before the Twins tie it up. It's 3-3.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball. Well, this year, Austin Martin made his first opening day Major League roster at the age of 27 years old, finally fulfilling his top prospect potential after years of setbacks. His breakout start pushed the Twins to send Matt Wallner to AAA. August of last year, guys, he returned to the majors, and now he's taken this game to a new level defensively and offensively. Derek Shelton told me, listen, Austin has put himself in position to deserve those everyday at-bats. He has more than proven himself. And guys, I interviewed Austin Martin before the game, and I cannot wait to tell you later in the broadcast about how his grandma texts him after every single game. Yeah, and he read her the favorite text he's received from her. She is his biggest critic as well as his biggest fan. So the texts are absolutely hilarious. I can't wait to tell you guys later.
I wonder what she thinks. Who has the better hair, Justinson or Austin Martin?
Justinson Garcia is the hitter for the Pirates.
They could have a hair off for sure.
(8-9-1) for the Pirates, who got 3 in the first, erased a 1-0 Twins lead. The Twins 2 in the top of the second. Now it's 3-3. Jared Triolo, Spencer Horwitz to follow. Not a lot of at-bats this year. 6 for 25 is Garcia. A swing and a miss. Taj Bradley with a strikeout.
Strikeout number 2 this game, back to even, so it feels like you're starting from scratch. And Garcia, I think it's fair to say he's got one of the best nicknames in baseball, the Password.
The Password.
I love it.
Jostinson is how you pronounce it. You'd never get there if you didn't have a pronunciation guide. Liner in the center field. Clemens comes on and makes the catch. It's just me, or does Cody Clemens play like 7 positions?
It feels like it.
He's a second baseman by trade. He's been really good for them at first base this year. His outs above average are terrific. And he's like the last guy that has to battle the sun out there in center field. Horwitz takes a strike. Liner into right center field. Horwitz does that well. He can run. He'll hold there. He's a story that you won't see in baseball maybe ever again. A 24th round draft pick to make the big leagues. The draft has been reduced in rounds now.
I mean, you just see the swing. It's simple. He loads up backside. And then when he gets a pitch in the zone, he fires at it.
And that gets Lau to the plate, who walked back in the first.
One of my favorite things about when I'm watching a swing, I look for head movement, timing, and if you get the foot down and everything flows in a path that doesn't feel sped up.
By head movement, you're looking for not a lot of.
Not a lot of head movement. The more your head moves, especially if it's moving towards the plate, or if you start up and then it goes down, or you start down and it goes up, you're changing how you view the baseball, so it becomes really hard.
Horwitz at first, 2 outs. Both pitchers have experienced technical difficulties in their starts here. Jones certainly in the second inning. Bradley walked a couple, loaded him up back in the first. That's a strike. It's 3-1. Lau with a big swing.
You okay?
And fouls it up. I think if you don't cover the game closely, the power that Brandon Lau has shown the last couple of years, 31 homers last year and 14 this year, may surprise you a bit because you remember him as a Ray.
I mean, this guy has 171 career home runs.
Yeah. It's an all-star twice. Full count, 2 outs, runner on the way, and a swing and a miss. And Bradley cleans up the second. 3-3, Twins, Pirates.
How we doing? What's going on? Come on now. Hands above the ball, huh?
It's always good to be mic'd up when you hit one out in the first inning.
Well, did you hear what he said? He said hands above the ball, and I'll explain it in a second. So with Jared Jones, he has good carry through the strike zone. So he's above league average when it comes to induced vertical breaks. So 16 inches is league average. He's above that. And so in order to hit, what we call a high carry fastball, you have to get your hands above the baseball. So you see where his hands are? They're above the baseball. So if you're above the baseball, the barrel will follow it, and that's how you get on top of a baseball without driving it straight into the dirt where the worms live.
Brooks Lee at the plate. It's 0-2. Clemens is on deck. 2-3-4 for the Twins.
Foul ball, foul ball.
That's a foul ball.
We talked about Brooks Lee. His dad tonight is getting ready for a regional game. Cal Poly baseball program is in the postseason.
Brooks was the 8th overall pick by the Twins. A swing and a miss there. Sage brings you our manager interview moments ago. Tricia Whitaker caught up with Don Kelly.
All right, Don, both pitchers, a bit of a tough start, but Jared Jones, he hasn't been out there for 609 days. A little amped up. What are you seeing from him?
Yeah, he's always amped up normally, and for him coming back, really cool to see him out there tonight.
You did get off to a very fast start offensively. What did you like in those early at-bats against Taj, where you racked up a lead at least early on?
Yeah, to have guys working the count. You know, we got some walks in there, getting deeper into the count. We got some big base hits with 2 outs.
And we appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Trish. Don Kelly, Pittsburgh native. There's a strike. Cody Clemens back up. Clemens homer to right, his 6th of the season. This guy obviously is Rogers' kid, but he had to earn his way through the minor leagues. 6 years in the minors, 470 games, 80 home runs, a good slugging percentage. Got him to the big leagues with the Phillies, and he sends that one in the gap. Garcia's over, and he makes the catch. 2 outs for Josh Bell. I guess one question would be, if you're a Twins fan, at what point do they bring Royce Lewis back up?
I think you got to give him 100 bats. I think some of the And it's hard because AAA is such a huge jump from the big leagues. I mean, pitching in AAA is completely different than pitching at the big leagues. The best pitchers in the world are at the big league level.
They need the version of Royce Lewis that has slug, that has power. Ball. The pitch is in.
But I think there's things he has to clean up with his swing. I know he's putting up monster numbers. He's got to clean up the defense, clean up the offense. And also, you know this because, you know, guys like Royce, he wants to play every single day. And the numbers warranted getting sent down to the minor leagues. It wasn't like he was a bad guy or anything. He's one of the nicest guys ever. But his production wasn't deserving a roster spot at this moment.
And there's some urgency because the Twins play in the American League. And it feels like everybody in the American League is still in a race at this point in time.
Well, the Twins are better if you have the best version of Royce Lewis.
Ball. Count 3-2. Let's see the first inning. 9 of those 12 pitches were 100 or more in terms of velocity. That's a ground ball down the third base line and into left field for a hit. Josh Bell spraying the ball. And that gets Larnach an at bat here with a runner at first and 2 outs.
It's just a good piece of hitting for Josh Bell. I mean, you get an off-speed pitch away from you, 2-strike approach, just put it in play. And for a guy that spent a lot of his career in Pittsburgh, Pirates fans are familiar with that swing.
Jones has not hit 100 since the first inning. That ball's driven to right and deep and down the line and gone. Larnach with a big home run. And the Twins have taken Jones out twice, and it's 5-3.
I didn't see if this ball went into the Allegheny, but it sure felt like it. It was 107 off the bat on a fastball, 98 miles an hour. And check out Larnach. Once he hit it, he knew he had it. His second fastball hit, and this was a no-doubter. Love the reaction.
When it crossed through the sunlight, I lost it as well.
Yeah, I don't know if a boat had to retrieve it.
Well, if it did, Max Muncy would say, go get that out of the water.
Get it out of the ocean.
Get that out of the ocean. Austin Martin now. And of course, Clemens hit a deep one.
Oh! Go in the water! Go in the water! Go in the water! Yeah!
Tony, it's on a barge somewhere.
It's headed to the confluence. On to first. In time, Austin Martin is out. A 2-run shot by Trevor Larnach, and the Twins on top. Friday Night Baseball, Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. Along with 7-year Major League vet Brian Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker down the field. I'm Rich Waltz. This is PNC Park. This is just a glorious night in Pittsburgh. 79 degrees at first pitch. The Twins certainly like it. They've scored in every inning with 2 homers and a 5-3 lead. Brian Reynolds. That's a challenge on a ball call by the catcher.
Pitch was called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
And of course, that's brought to you by T-Mobile.
Call's overturned. Minnesota has 2 challenges remaining.
The ABS system has been fantastic for baseball this year. It's really changed hitters' approaches. It's changed even some of how pitchers are attacking the strike zone. I mean, we're seeing we're actually seeing off-speed pitches at the top, which we haven't, like you don't see guys trying to hit the top of the zone with the slider. It's usually middle and down. Guys are using the top of it because you can get those for called strikes.
And one of the reasons for that is the strike zone, and that's a swing, as Reynolds tried to check it. The strike zone before ABS started at the front of the plate. The ABS strike zone starts at the midpoint of the plate. So the ball is allowed to travel a little bit more, whereas in years past it's out in front. That also affected breaking balls at the knees.
Yeah, you'd much rather see the off-speed at the top versus the curveball that looks like it's in the dirt, because visually it doesn't look right.
Reynolds is nationally one of the most underappreciated guys in baseball. I know he's made the All-Star team twice. This guy's been a really good player for teams that have not been able to get to the postseason.
Now he's career 271 average, career 809 OPS, has over 1,000 hits in a Pirates uniform.
This is game number 1006 for him in his big league career. Arrived in 2019, his first year. No active player has played in more games without a postseason appearance than Reynolds. And he's done his part, though. I mean, he's been a really good major league player. Pulls that one on the ground. A sliding stop there by Bell. Flips to first in time to get the outs. Tricia Whitaker, our Sage manager interview with Derek Shelton.
All right, Trevor Larnach, how about that home run? Looked like it almost reached the river. What'd you see?
Yeah, you don't see a lot of balls that go. Trevor got a good swing on it. We've done a nice job offensively the first 3 innings.
Derek, we know you spent so much time here as the manager. What has it been like to be back?
It's been cool. I mean, this is a special place for me. First place I got a chance to manage. I love the ballpark. You know, I have a lot of friends in this organization, so it's nice to be back.
Derek Shelton, we appreciate the time.
What's that?
I said we appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
I got to speak clearer for this guy, apparently.
Can't hear, I'm old.
Guys, back to you.
He's not that old. He's 55. Come on. Swing and a miss there. Nick Gonzalez with one out. Bottom of the third. Pirates down by a couple. Shelton did tell us in his interview he still is close with many people in this organization. Wow, that ball started foul and then came fair. That rarely happens.
You don't see it too often. That's why you got to play everything out.
Chopper out towards short. Gray on the run gets the out. Shelton told us that not only Don Kelly, who was his bench coach and took over as the skipper, but he also has a good relationship with Ben Charrington, the president of baseball ops.
Well, I stood around and listened to Derek answer questions from Pittsburgh media after we had our interview, and one of the things that he said, and this is kind of a cool, you see him reconnecting with everybody. They asked him after he was fired, what did he do? And he said he really reflected on what he did well and what he didn't do well. And so it's made him better for the Twins job. He said one of the things he could have done better was be more vocal, be better with his communication with coaches, with players, with everyone. And it's a hard lesson to learn.
There are some managers in the Hall of Fame that were fired 3 or 4 times in their career. Joe Torre is front and center.
I mean, Tony La Russa.
Yes.
This is just a bit too high.
O'Neill Cruz, the hitter. Taj Bradley with a 1-1. The other thing to think about, in his 5 years, the Pirates' payroll was in the bottom 3 of all of baseball every year, all 5 years.
Yeah, now look at how much they've invested in this team.
It's the highest the payroll's ever been, $105 million by some reports.
But it's an amazing job when you think about it. I mean, there's only 30 big league managers. That job is really difficult to get. You're in a cooker. You get hired to get fired.
That ball's driven. That ball's deep. That ball's gone. Again, out of the park. O'Neill Cruz.
This is a no-doubter. This one for sure landed in the river. And I love it when they say, clear the deck, cannonball coming, because that's exactly what happened from O'Neill Cruz. A quote-unquote cruise missile.
The welder's mask, the cone, not of shame, but the adopted cone of all Pirate fans and the Pirates.
I mean, watch where this one goes. No doubter, off-speed pitch. Boom.
That's the second one out of the ballpark. Now, whether they made the river or not, we have sent investigators out for both of those home runs, because there's a path and there's room behind the stands before you get to the river. So just because it left the yard doesn't mean it got to the river, but we're investigating.
And that path is an amazing walkway path where
this is the best.
You have baseballs from, all-time legends for the Pirates. From the Negro Leagues, you'll see Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, Cool Papa Bell. They're all out there.
Oh, no.
It's harder to hit it in the river here than McCovey Cove in San Francisco. It's a little further. In the hole, it's short, and that's a base hit. Connor Griffin is 2 for 2. Again, if you've just joined us, he's the DH, has a sore forearm. They're going to try to let it calm down over the next few days. When he throws, that's when it irritates him. But he fits nicely as a DH, and he's aboard with 2 outs.
And he just makes this lineup longer. And for the Pirates, I mean, they missed him the last 2 games against the Cubs. They were looking to win a 4-game series. They lost the last 2 games.
Andy Rodriguez now. Hodge Bradley has been the best starter that the Twins have had. He's 5-1 with a 2.77 ERA coming in.
Yeah, you got a great combination of the top 2 pitchers for you, and Joe Ryan and Taj Bradley.
Well, the Twins were on just a nosedive after a great start. They started 11-7, and then a 5-16 skid, and the bullpen was awful in the skid. But somehow the bullpen's gotten better, and they've gone 11-7 again since.
The thing with the Twins bullpen, they have 11 different relievers that have a save. So that's, if you talk to Derek Shelton, you're like, hey, have you figured out the roles for everybody? It's like, not yet.
1-2. Runner on the move. The throw by Caratini is high. And Griffin steals his 13th bag already.
What can't this kid do? 20 years old. 20. I mean, he gets great jumps. We know how fast he is, but it's not how fast you are. It's your reads. It's your lead. It's when you go.
That is strike 3 called. Inning is over. O'Neill Cruz, when he hits him, he absolutely hits him. Out of the park. A 1-run game. Twins on top. Follow the MLB season With the Apple Sports app, real-time scores, play-by-play, straight to your iPhone lock screen, fast and simple. Download the Apple Sports app for free on the App Store today. We are in Pittsburgh. The Twins arrive for a 3-game set on a Friday night. The weather just perfect. The Clemente Bridge is like it's on fire right now. The sunshine is just glorious, dancing through the buildings in downtown as Victor Caratini screws himself into the dirt on that swing and fouls it off. The count is 0-1. If you've just joined us, you've missed a bunch. It's 5-4. We're in the fourth. Spilly, we talked about these pitchers and how great they could be and how good they are.
The hitters said, we don't care. We want to hit tonight. The weather conditions are perfect for hitting. And this is why we see over the course of the year, April, May, batting averages are usually suppressed. Get into June, July, August, that's where water finds its level. Homers start to go up. It's because once the weather warms up. And you've seen 2 balls hit tonight into the Allegheny. At least we assume that they landed in the Allegheny.
Pending investigation.
Yes, we're still waiting.
CSI Pittsburgh. Luke Keeschel, Tristan Gray, bottom of the order, following Caratini, and he lines one into right field. Barrels that one up. Reynolds cuts it off. And the Twins, who have hit the ball hard in every inning.
Come out. Ready.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Paul Skeen's birthday.
He's old now. He's 24.
Yes. Now, I wonder, I suspect, remember he pranked a teammate sending a cake.
For Jake Mangum.
Yeah. And he sent it and said, this is to Jake from Jake. And everybody in the clubhouse thought Jake sent himself a cake. I think Mangum may have sent him something in return today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Little pop on the infield. And there's the out recorded. Trisha, you got more on the birthday?
Yeah, guys, you were right about the whole Jake spring training cake story. So today, Jake got Paul Skeens a cake and a jump house. So it was a fun time in the clubhouse today. You know, these Pirates, they have a good time in the clubhouse. But yeah,
another bounce house?
Jake got him a cake and another bounce house. You know, if it works, it works. The tradition is a tradition at this point. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see a larger bounce house, though. I mean, the bounce house was one that fits in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Spilly, Spilly, you've had enough kids' birthdays where you probably either a clown or a horse or a bounce house to know that those bounce houses are big.
Yeah, they should be big. The one for Connor was a bounce house for one. Paul's much bigger than Connor, so he needs a bigger bounce house.
Gray, a 2-run single. That was a key hit in the second. That was a big answer for the Twins after falling behind 3-1. Cody Clemens homered back in the first. Added a couple more in the second. The Larnach 2-run homer in the third. And a 5-4 lead for Minnesota. Brings Gonzalez to the dugout.
It's kind of funny when I start thinking about birthdays now. From big league clubhouses don't celebrate birthdays. It's not like elementary school where mom sends you to school with cupcakes for everybody. Players don't really care. They're like, oh, it's your birthday, happy birthday. You got to go to the game.
I think Ryan O'Hearn said it the best when he said he asked Skeens how old he was, and Skeens said 24. And his retort, I can't say on television. 24. So we had a miss there. Tristan Gray strikes out. You still got Caratini in the leadoff single at first.
That's the fourth punch out for Jared Jones. Fastball right around 97, 98 miles an hour. So not quite the first inning velocity, but still he's maintaining velocity, which is a good sign.
Pitch count right around 75, 80. He's at 64 now. This is the third time around for Buxton.
0-1. Come on.
He's 0 for 2. The biggest gap here is in left center field.
Yeah, left center is where baseball is going to die. I mean, that's where extra base hits, when you square one up and you're a right-handed hitter, you're like, great, this is going to be an out.
Buxton's last week and a day. Swing and a miss. Yeah, right center, 375 in that gap, 410 to left center. He may need to get it to left center if he keeps it in the park to score. Caratini, the catcher, at first with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Buxton can't solve Jared Jones. 5-4 in Pittsburgh. Formula One travels overseas, the Monaco Grand Prix. Stars align as the grid tackles the unforgiving barriers, the narrow straights, the sharp climbs of the iconic street circuit in Spilly's favorite vacation location, Monte Carlo. Watch it live starting June 5th, Apple TV, new U.S. home of Formula One. You've been to Monte Carlo many times.
I wish. Now,
here is the Pirates in the bottom of the 4th. Jostinson Garcia. Garcia struck out back in the 2nd. Have we received any intelligence back from our investigative group that went out in the water?
Yes, so I got confirmation from Pirates PR that Trevor Larnach's baseball went bounced off the sidewalk into the Allegheny, and O'Neill Cruz landed in the river. And so now that's the 7th ball into the river for O'Neill Cruz, which is the most in Pirates history. So here it is. Here's O'Neill Cruz, 110 off the bat. That ball's never, ever coming back.
Oh, this is awesome.
And it landed.
Statcast has the river.
Yeah, landed in the river.
Oh, how cool is that? Check swing on a 2-2 pitch. And they said he went. And Garcia strikes out. Taj Bradley gets the first out.
Yeah, no question. The password went around.
That seems to be the next frontier for ABS or technology, is somehow, some way to call check swings with the same technology for ABS or in tennis, Hawkeye line calls.
I've heard mixed reviews on the check swing technology so far, so it's not perfected.
Here's Triolo, and he takes a strike. One of the issues is the rule book definition of a check swing is such gray area. It's in the umpire's judgment. Did the batter strike at the ball? It's not wrist breaking, bat crossing a plane of a baseline.
I mean, for me, visually, I always say if the barrel goes past the hands, that's usually a swing.
So that should be in the rule book, but it's not. Triolo fouls it back. I think the umpires would be cool with that. I think not having to call check swings, which is very difficult from the first and third base line, that being taken out of their hands, I think that'd be one they'd be like, okay, I'm good with that. You just let them call that. Let the machine call it.
You're right about that. I mean, you would get a lot less upset baseball players if on a check swing, because the last person you want calling the check swing is the home plate umpire. Because you're already doing a lot.
Triolo pulls it foul. Pirates 4 runs, 5 hits against Taj Bradley. He's already at 83, so the bullpen, which has been pretty good of late for the Twins, is going to get here before you know it. Triolo lined out back in the second. And Bradley, that breaking ball, gets another strikeout.
Yeah, he struck out the last 3 Pirates. He's starting to get a good feel for his off-speed pitches. It's a strike the whole way, then you see the bottom fall out. Now Taj is usually pretty pitch efficient. He's had a couple innings where he saw the pitch count rack up, and that was the first.
6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Horwitz takes a strike. Another note on the home run in the river. Only 5 players ever have hit it into the river on a fly. And 2 of them are here, Cruz and Josh Bell. That's a 1-2-3 inning. That's the first time it's happened tonight in Pittsburgh. Presented by authority, the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball, may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without express written consent. 5.5 years as the Pirate manager. He's back as the skipper of the Minnesota Twins. His first time back since he was fired. And the Twins are up 5-4 here on top of the 5th. Brooks Lee in the 2 spot, 0 for 2. Cody Clemens, Josh Bell to follow. Jared Jones was blazing fast in the first. 12 pitches, 9 of them over 100 or more.
Looks like you have both bullpens starting to heat up. Evan Sisk, funky lefty. Love watching him pitch.
I'm out.
Spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh already this season. I've seen a lot of Pirates baseball.
Lee pulls it. Good time to spill the beans.
Just catching up on what we're talking about. Davy Jones Lockhart. Jared Jones is usually an elite strike thrower. Tonight, less than 70%. We've seen him way over 70. He walked the plank. You know, we know he's about 80 pitches, so that second inning has really cost him.
2-2. Twins have 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 homers. Clemens in the first, Larnach in the third. Hit hard into right field. Lee gets a base hit. Cody Clemens coming to the plate. Tricia has more.
Yeah, guys, Derek Shelton was talking to us about Clemens before the game, and I loved what he told us. He said he's the epitome of a baseball player, and then he added, but he looks like a regular human. And he said, I mean that with the highest of compliments. He said Clemens he's just sneaky good defensively, and he is just a great baseball player. He loves baseball. So you love to hear a manager say something like that, guys. Looks like a regular human, but he means it with the highest of compliments.
And Tricia, I think emblematic of that is the fact that they needed someone to play first base, and he's done it. And his defensive metrics have been really good there.
Yeah, he's well, there's 2 things you want to be called when you're a baseball player. Is a gamer and a baseball player. You know, when somebody just says, this guy's a gamer, you're like, heck yeah. Well, here's the first inning. Spun around 101, and I think I saw somewhere where Sarah Langs, one of the great researchers in Major League Baseball, said that's the hardest fastball hit for a homer this year.
Oh, 2. Check swing. He went, and down he goes. So 1 out with Lee at first, and here comes Bell.
It's out 6 punch outs for Jared Jones. Here's the side swing. You tell me. Did the barrel go past the hands?
Not sure. Maybe we can ask Don Kelly when he arrives at the mound. This is a pitching change. Jones, 609 days between major league starts. It's quite a journey for this young man. They're glad to have him back. 5-4 Twins. TV presented by Verilux Lenses with Ryan Spielborgs, Trisha Whitaker. I'm Rich Waltz, PNC Park. This is the best part where the sunlight just lights the whole downtown up as the Pirates and the Twins play the first of a 3-game weekend series. And Evan Sisk is the first out of the bullpen. And with a whipping motion, he misses inside to Josh Bell, the switch hitter.
League's hitting 205, 215 against Sisk. He is funky, a little bit of a crossfire.
One ball, 1 strike. Bell's hit 5 homers. Lined out in the first. Single down the left field line in the third. That was from the other side of the plate against Jared Jones. And it's out. And as you pointed out, if you're going to piggyback or whatever you call it with another guy that's going to go 3 or 4 innings, you essentially don't bring him into a dirty inning here with the runner at first base.
That's right. You want him to start off clean, so you use a normal reliever.
Chopper towards short. Triolo's going to get a difficult out at second, throwing across his body. Bell is safe at first. Lee is out at second, and Larnach comes up.
Big risk reward play for Triolo. I mean, this is one where you could see a ball go into the outfield because you have to really spin your hips, and you watch how Brandon Lau uses the bag to elevate and keep his foot on it.
12th appearance in May, 1 run allowed for this lefty. And Larnach takes outside. Larnach's got a couple hits, singled back in the second, 2-run homer in the third. Larnach's one of those guys too where you wonder if the power is going to come later in his career. Big jump in on-base percentage this year. His career average at 323 on base. He's 371 coming into this game. 17 homers last year in 142 games.
If you're wondering at home, what do you do when a guy throws across his body? What do you look for? Well, you try not to pay attention to his body and how it's moving. You're looking for release point.
I'm good. I'm good. Okay. I'll pay $180 now.
Adobe standout score. This is top of the third. This is Trevor Larnach.
Yeah, second ball into the river tonight. Larnach and O'Neill Cruz. Cody Clemens loves it.
And of course, the report is Larnach's ball bounced into the river, and Cruz went straight into the river. Still tough to do.
Yeah, they don't make. I mean, other than Boston, they don't have ballparks for right-handers where you hit it into a river.
There's a liner, and it's foul. Whoa, just foul. That looked like it was hugging the line all the way down into the right field corner.
Well, the Twins can challenge this. Wow, that's
That's another barreled up ball, though, by Larnach.
Yeah, Alex Tosi had a good view of it down the first baseline.
2 outs, full count. Bell running again. That is strike 3 called. And so Sisk strikes out Larnach halfway through on Friday Night Baseball, Apple TV.
Earlier, Brandon Lau has been such a huge addition for the Pirates. That trade has paid dividends for them. And I spoke with him before the game, and I said, hey, Brandon, you have a .355 average the last 18 games. Before I could even finish my question, he goes, I don't really care. I don't look at it. Of course he cares about it, guys. But if you know Brandon Lau, he does not pay attention to the day-to-day numbers. He said the league is too good for you to look back on everything. He said baseball is way too hard of a game. My mentality is I just have to show up, take the good at-bats, and let everything else fall into place. And if you know Brandon, you know that that is true. I covered him for 6 seasons with the Tampa Bay Rays when I was there, and he is such a day-by-day guy. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. But guys, the one thing you should know about Brandon, when he gets hot, he gets hot. The Pirates have seen that this season.
Absolutely. 14 home runs, slugging percentage at .551 coming into this game.
That's the right temperament to have for a baseball player. You do not want to look up and chase stats. If you do that, then every day you're on a roller coaster.
Eric Orsi is out of the bullpen. He's been the most used Twins reliever. He leads in wins, innings pitched, holds, strikeouts. Pitched a lot early in this month of May. And he gets Lau out on the front foot, a swing and a miss. It's a good pitch.
Now for Orsi, I mean, that pitch is nasty. 86-mile-an-hour split finger. Guys that have the split finger, that's a pitch that you can always go to in any count.
That shot that we just saw, as Reynolds is up, that shot from the stands, downtown looks like a movie set. It doesn't look real, and it's even more glorious from where we're sitting as the sun sets off the facing of all those buildings.
Yeah, you get the moon in the background. I mean, it's a postcard.
Reynolds walked in the first, bounced out in the third. You see Orsi's splitter. He features that the most. Gets a strike with it.
It's just a pitch that's so hard to hit. And he can throw it because his fastball, this Twins bullpen is not going to light up the radar gun.
Reynolds into center field. That's Clemens out there, and he makes the catch. 2 quick outs. Taj Bradley, 4 innings, 5 hits. Gave up the 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 6. They have wanted so badly in this town, this great, great sports town, for the Pirates to be good, and they've waited a long time. 9 consecutive years of 5th or 4th place. Last winning season was in 2015. They won 82. It was our last postseason. Clint Hurdle, the skipper then, had a really nice run as the manager of the Pirates. And as Tricia outlined at the top of the telecast, a homegrown rotation that now has 6 quality arms and a clear ace in Skeens. A much better offense, one of the better offenses in Major League Baseball. A strike to Gonzalez. They were the worst. This is a challenge. Oh, interference may be the challenge coming from the Pirate dugout. And Don Kelly says, we want to look at this. We'll see if it's catcher's interference.
Let's see where Victor Caratini's glove is. Oh, yeah, 100%. Even on a check swing.
Pittsburgh is challenging the call of non-catcher's interference.
And even with the ball firmly in the glove and the bat a little bit late, that's still catcher's interference.
And the reason why we're seeing so many more catcher's interference is the closer a catcher can go towards the hitter, the better he can present a baseball for the umpire. So You don't see guys all the way back in the box anymore.
This is a Zoom replay review brought to you by Zoom, of which we have one every Wednesday. I think Caratini knows the outcome of this.
Yes, he does.
That's a lonely feeling. Gonzalez quick to point out, the Pirates had a review that didn't go their way on what looked like a hit by pitch on Griffin a few days ago that they thought was clear. Christopher Negron is the bench coach there in the ear of Don Kelly. It looks like it's a busy night at the replay center in New York.
It's like when I ask my neighbors to help me fix a bike. They all come and stand around. And
After review, the call on the field stands. There's no catches interference. Pittsburgh will lose the challenge.
Hold on here, Spilly.
I'm curious.
Is it the fact that the ball's in the glove and the bat's late?
I don't know. We need Teddy Barrett on this one. Or we need Dale Scott.
After the pitch, we're going to Zoom with Dale Scott. Brought to you by Zoom. That's a liner and a leaping catch at third base. We will do it after the break. We all want to find out, why was that not catcher's interference? Dale Scott when we return. Pittsburgh. All right, when we left, Nick Gonzalez was swinging. It looked like he hit the glove. Pirates called for a review. Longtime, highly decorated Major League umpire Dale Scott is with us. Dale, why is this not catcher's interference?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. I thought he hit the glove himself. It might possibly be because of the contact with the glove was after the pitch was caught. That would make sense from the standpoint that any hitter would just try to hit the glove every time a pitch is caught to get interference. But I was, it certainly, I don't think it was because they didn't have him touching the glove with the bat, because it seems to me that it glanced off the bat. So that's, I would have interference on that.
Yeah, that would have been call stands instead of confirmed. So is that the rule? If the ball gets to the glove, well before the bat gets to the glove, it's not interference?
Well, it's I'll be honest with you. I think that was interference, but I'm going to look this up and get back to you as far as if there's something changed, because to me, I thought that was interference. Yes.
All right, go back to looking at the Oregon Ducks football roster,
right now.
And we'll hear from you later. Thanks, Dale.
All right, he'll check back in.
I've never seen that one, so okay. I love being educated on something new.
Austin Martin's up for the Twins. We're in the 6th. And Wilbur Dotel, who is in here to pitch multiple innings like he did on Monday for the Pirates, takes over.
This guy has a good arm. Dominican, hard thrower, fastball right around 98 miles an hour. He's done a good job for the Pirates.
Two big hops for Triolo at short. And Dotel has the first out of the 6th inning.
With this Pirates bullpen, I mean, they're really dominated by their lefties. Their lefty relievers have been excellent. It's getting some of their right-handed relievers to be more consistent. And I was looking up, top velocities for bullpens, and the Pirates are top 5 as far as fastball velocity. The Twins are 19th.
Caratini, productive night, has walked and singled. And he takes a strike. Again, Ryan Jeffers out. Mid-July is probably when he'll be back. And Keishel on deck. 2 home runs tonight for the Twins. Clemens solo shot in the first. Larnach's 2-run homer in the third. That ball's in the air to left. And Garcia makes the catch.
Here's the fastball stuff we're talking about for highest average fastball velocity. There you go. There's the Pirates at number 5. It goes Reds, Giants, Dodgers, Padres, and then the Phillies behind him.
Don Kelly put in the same situation as Dan Wilson of the Mariners yesterday when it was announced that Jones was back and there would be movement in the Pirate rotation.
Yeah, not everybody can have a 6-man rotation. I mean, we're watching the Yankees considering it.
Of course, any Ohtani team, whether it was the Angels and now the Dodgers, has it.
Yeah, because of the Ohtani rule.
That's a liner, well hit in the gap, and cutting it off is Cruz, rounding first, headed to second. Keishel is there. He never stopped, hustled out of the box, and he's got himself a double.
We keep talking about how O'Neill Cruz is a work in progress in center field, and here's why. So he does a good job of getting to that baseball, but you notice he didn't get around it. If you can get around it, carry your momentum, you can make a much stronger throw. So he throws this off his back foot. Keishel's watching. It's his read, and he reads correctly. See how he goes to the side, now he has to throw. It's almost like he's going back to shortstop. He can't do that in center field.
Ball.
That is the one thing for outfielders. We always want to field the glove. We want to field the baseball with our glove open, not a backhand.
Challenging.
We need the umpire to say it's brought to you by T-Mobile.
That'd be great.
That would be.
Call is confirmed. Pittsburgh is out of challenges.
Remember, they burned one early in the game.
Yeah, both have come from Endy.
That's right. Endy Rodriguez as a hitter challenged. Now as a catcher challenged, and he's 0 for 2. Chance to add on for the Twins. Gray with a big cut. Swings and misses.
So here's what I'm talking about. So he's in the right center gap. He does a good job getting to the baseball, but you want to try to come around it. So you notice how he grabs it to the side, then he has to throw off balance, and all that is just footwork.
On the flip side, is all of that scouting report for the Twins and Keishel just playing the game at 100 miles an hour?
Well, we know O'Neill Cruz has one of the strongest arms in baseball from the outfield, so you don't want to just challenge him to challenge him. But yes, I mean, he's only been in the outfield for about a year. It's not easy to go to the outfield and turn yourself into Kevin Kiermaier. It just doesn't work that way.
Didn't they get Kiermaier to work with him?
I believe so. I know Kiermaier was for hire.
He is, which is a great position to be like. If you need help in center field,
call Kevin Kiermaier.
2-2. Oh. It's a good at bat here by Gray. His 2-run single, big part of the comeback after down 3-1. It was back in the second. Not many big leaguers on their way to the big leagues go to play in Australia. This guy did. Rice University. A swing and a miss. And Wilbert Dotel gets the strikeout and ends the inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up. 5-4 Twins. Memorabilia, hats, hoodies. We've got the season covered. Scan the QR code or visit MLBshop.com. Pitch, hit, and run. It's the free MLB skills competition for players 7 to 14. You can host a local competition to give kids the chance to make it to the national finals at the 2026 World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com or scan the QR code. O'Neal Cruz, the last one he hit ended up in the river on the fly, which doesn't happen very often here in Pittsburgh.
I was just at Dodger Stadium this last weekend, and I saw 2 home runs that Willie Stargell hit when he was at Dodger Stadium, both homers over 500 feet. And I could only imagine if Willie Stargell played here.
Yes.
He might have hit it in the middle of the river.
Stargell is one of the 5 or 6 players ever to hit the ball out of Dodger Stadium. I saw one, Giancarlo Stanton hit one out to left field. But it's a very small list.
Yeah. And Stargell wasn't as big as O'Neal Cruz. They had Stargell like 6'2".
Yeah, but the size of his shoulders.
Yeah, he was a massive human. He's got a great statue outside of PNC.
And Cruz swings and misses.
If you didn't see the homer, it happened in the 3rd inning. A little off-speed pitch, and then splash down. Even the fans are like, "It's a homer." He leads
8th all time.
He leads all Pirates in the history of the stadium with the most balls into the river, with 7.
Connor Griffin has 2 hits tonight, a stolen base, an RBI, and he's the DH. Will he be a Rookie of the Year? Our odds courtesy of BetMGM. The Cardinal spark plug has been J.J. Weatherholt.
Yeah, we've seen Sal Stewart. I've seen Nolan McLean. I have not seen J.J. Weatherholt live and in person yet. Looking forward to that.
Oh-2 pitch.
Oh.
That's out, and that's a challenge by Caratini. Twins have 2.
Pitch was called a ball. The catcher's challenger.
Brought to you by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
Now, I've talked to catchers about the slider away. If he was at the front of the plate with the ABS, they'd probably get it. But because it's 8.5 inches back, a lot of those sliders ends up being balls.
And that's been an adjustment for hitters, for umpires, and now for catchers who are thinking about challenging.
Yeah, the pitches the trends that we've seen are fastballs at the top of the zone that feel up are a ball. The ones at the bottom of the strike zone that feel down but are fastballs are actually strikes. We're seeing sliders or curveballs at the top of the zone that get called for balls are a lot of times strikes. And the pitches, the sliders, anything moving away from you on the edge is a ball. So guys are learning how not to challenge certain pitches.
1-2 pitch to Connor Griffin. And Eric Orsi looks good. He's got 3 strikeouts. He's retired all 5 he's faced. Dale Scott is back after doing his research. Dale, what did you find?
Yeah, I talked to some guys in the replay room. You know, it's amazing the clarity that you have there, but they didn't have any clear and convincing video, which is the standard, to overturn that call.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Dale, thanks. Austin Martin keeps it in front of himself. Endy Rodriguez has a 2-out hit, and the Pirates with a runner at first and 2 outs here in the 6th. That's the shortstop in Austin Martin out there. where he played in college.
Well, after 2 punch outs for Andy, first pitch swinging, almost had a ball stolen from him from Austin Martin and right.
Pitching change for the Twins. 5-4, Twins on top, bottom 6. Right-hander coming out of the bullpen, Yoendrys Gomez. Twins, Pirates, tight ball game. First of a 3-game weekend series here on Friday Night Baseball. Pirates down a run. And Garcia, the hitter. Garcia hits it to right center field, hits it pretty well. Clemens is there, and he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 3rd out. That's good work if you can find it. 5-4, Twins.
Pitching decisions presented by Sage, the return of Jared Jones, and yes, he is back. 101 with a fastball for a punch out, ends up with 6. Now, the overall line, 4 in the 3rd, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. He did give up 2 home runs, but you gotta love seeing Jared Jones back on the mound.
Byron Buxton, top of the order for the Twins in the 7th. Pirates trying to get some length out of Wilbur Dotel up the middle, and that's exactly where Lau is playing, and his throw gets Buxton at first. You can't start on that side of second in the shift, but if you're close like he is there, you can certainly get to the ball.
I couldn't tell if it ended up clipping Dotel on his back leg, or if it grazed him.
All the runs in this game were scored in the first 3 innings. Lots of zeros since. Both bullpens have looked good.
Let's see if it caught Dotel. Watch his back leg. Nope. Jumped out of the way. Smart.
He was not Charlie Brown.
No.
Counts 0-1.
Oh no. Did he?
No swing. Willie Traynor down at 3rd. Anthony Bonda getting ready in the Twins bullpen.
Ball.
Lee single back in the 5th. A 1-for-3 night. 8 hits for Minnesota with their 5 runs. They've left 4 on. 4 runs, 6 hits. And the Pirates have left 4 on. In comes Garcia and makes the catch. Cody Clemens left the yard. He's coming up, and he's mic'd up.
Sick. Up and away, smack it over there. I'm mic'd up, I'll say it. It's the algorithm. Oh, yeah! Woo! I cannot tell him that he's an athlete, but I will.
As Tricia said, he's a ball player, and he's also, according to a lot of the Twins folks, a terrific teammate.
Well, he's been around the game for a long time, right? His old man was a pretty good pitcher. Did he just call Trevor Larnach the algorithm? So if we got the password and left, is Larnach the algorithm? Or was he talking about his defensive positioning?
It's a good call. I don't know. If they win, maybe that's a post-game question. Is that the best nickname going? Joe Stinson Garcia, the password.
This was fun. Boston and Roger was with the team for the 3 days. Look at Cody coming out, catching the old man for a first pitch. What a special moment.
challenge.
Pitch is called a strike. Batter's challenging.
It's brought to you by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. Minnesota is also out of challenges.
Everybody's out of challenges. In a one-run game, 5-4 Twins. That ball's hit deep.
I mean, this guy generates a lot of power. This kid can hit. Unbelievable.
Hit hard and into left field. Marnick.
Go in the water. Go in the water.
Gone. That ball's gone. Again. Out of the park. We've seen a little bit of everything tonight on a gorgeous night in Pittsburgh. 5-4 Twins on top. 2 homers out of the park, both in the river, 1 on the bounce. Back and forth these 2 teams have gone. The pierogies have raced. Night has fallen. City lights have come up. And here's Triolo for the Pirates in the 9 spot with Horwitz and Lau to follow. Yoendrys Gomez, second out of the bullpen for Minnesota.
Yeah, it's been a perfect night in Pittsburgh. I even saw that they brought back the beer bat, so that is in play for fans tonight.
You need to explain for those that do not know what a beer bat is. It similar to a beer bong?
No, not even close. It's like if you go walking in New Orleans and you get the hurricane attached to your neck, right? Like the yard of drink. It's a bat of beer.
So I'm sorry.
There it is. It's right there. See, he's got a bat filled with beer. It's a beer bat.
It's like a small beer bong.
And those are just 2 normal Pirates hanging out.
Love it. Triolo, 2-2, and he fouls it off. Into the seats. Pirates a game over 500, and that's after dropping the series to the Cubs, losing yesterday 7-2. A swing and a miss. Both bullpens good. Gomez, his first strikeout.
One of the most interesting things about this Minnesota Twins bullpen, and we talked about it, there's 11 relievers with a save, and every single night, you don't know who's getting called in to do what. And that's actually a good place to put a bullpen, is having them ready at all times.
So what you're saying is a little bullpen chaos can work for you.
I mean, it's worked for a couple teams. We've seen this in the past, like Tampa Bay Rays. Obviously, you know, they're kind of like our guinea pig for so many things around the sport that teams start to follow. But to have relievers feel comfortable coming in the 6th, closing out games in the 9th, it makes your bullpen better.
I think Horwitz wanted to challenge and just remembered everyone's out of challenges. He fouls it back. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday just about the team, the season, and all of that. You can see the ERA of the Twins since May 9th, and it's been really, really good. And I asked him, what's a big difference this year to last year? Because the numbers have completely flipped offensively. He said, we just have a deeper lineup. And the one thing he pointed out, which makes a lot of sense, he said one of the things that tells me that is just watching Brian Reynolds at the plate. Horwitz said it just doesn't feel like the pressure is on him as much as it has been over the last 3-4 years, where if the Pirates were going to have a chance, Reynolds had to have a big night. That's no longer the case, especially with O'Hearn and Lau joining this group. And a guy like Horwitz get healthy, getting on base at almost a 390 clip. Look at the season comparison.
That is telling. The biggest number for me out of there is a 332 on base percentage, because you want to average 33%. That means at least a base runner per inning, right? If you're doing the math.
And Horwitz has been one of the best at that. Reynolds as well.
Yeah, Horwitz 389 on base, Lau 353, Reynolds 391.
3-2.
Heads up.
Hooks it foul. Don't hear too many players from Radford University in Virginia, but that's where Horwitz played his college ball, climbed through the minor leagues with the Jays, came over to the Pirates last year. Don Kelly knows a thing or two about that. He played at Point Park University here in the Pittsburgh area, a school that I had not heard of until I met Don Kelly when he was a Marlin. That pitch is down low, and Horwitz is aboard. And Don Kelly was in the big leagues a good long time. Utility player with the Pirates, with the Tigers, with the Marlins, 9 years total.
That's a great example. Here comes Derek Shelton coming out. So you get the walk, but that shows the offense of the Pirates just starting to build.
Back after this.
He's going to use primarily slider, sinker. League is hitting 190 off of his slider this year.
Pirates have been down a run since the 4th here in the bottom of the 7th. And Lau has to back up on a Bonda fastball. Bonda's been used a lot this year. His 28th appearance, tied for 4th most in the American League. His 19th appearance in the last 36 games. And again, somehow, some way, it's almost as if the Twins bullpen fixed themselves. First 39 games, an ERA of close to 6, one of the very worst in baseball. Since then, the 5th best ERA in the major leagues, 2.86. It wasn't like a big personnel change. They all just started to pitch a little better.
And he did add 2 more relievers today, Cody Funderburk and Cody Lawyerson. So 2 Codys added.
All good?
Twins lead the league in Codys.
I think there's, on Baseball Savant, a category for that. 1-2 to Lau.
Oh.
It's out. It's 2-2. Horwitz has just 1 stolen base this year. That's a check swing. Oh! It's called a swing.
Let's take a look from the side again.
See, here's one of the things too about what we just watched. When we look at a check swing, we are looking from an angle that the umpire's not looking. The umpire's looking straight down the line. We get a view from the camera well, which is looking at the plate, not down the line.
Yeah, so they have a much better opportunity visually to see if the bat went past wherever their mental demarcation line is.
I like that.
Now, I'll say, I do know that umpires have a tougher time seeing a black bat versus a unfinished bat like Brandon Lau's.
You can see the 2 angles from the camera to where the umpire is. Both different views of the check swing.
So Lau's bat is just the natural wood finish. A little bit easier for umpires to see. The black ones, they tell me all the time, it looks like a little flash. It's hard to see it.
Would that prompt you to change colors?
Some guys do.
Reynolds now. Horwitz, the tying run at first. 2 outs, bottom 7.
Well, the Twins have struck out the Pirates tonight 11 times.
Bonda. No challenges for either team left. Full count. Horwitz will move. There he goes. It's lined down the right field line, but it's twisting up and out of play. You see the crowd is a good one here tonight. It's a Friday night. The Pirates, with a revamped offense, are 1 game over 500. And there's a drone show after the game. Another 3-2 pitch with 2 outs.
Pittsburgh is 14-13 on the road, 15-15 at home.
Reynolds has really been so much more patient this year. As you pointed out, his on-base percentage over .390. A 3-2 again with Horwitz on the move. The at-bat continues.
And for Brian Reynolds, he's a better hitter this year facing lefties. So from his right side, he's hit .310. Left side, .252.
Another 3-2. Another foul ball. Reynolds an all-star in 2021 and in 2024. Last year, 16 homers. Remember, he arrived here from the Giants in the Andrew McCutchen trade. Again, a 3-2. That's ball 4. That's a terrific at bat. And that's the difference with Reynolds. And remember, we talked about what Horwitz said yesterday. He doesn't feel like he has to do it all anymore.
Well, think about how this inning has been built. You get a walk from Spencer Horwitz. You get another walk from Brian Reynolds. And that's what we're mentioning from an on-base percentage standpoint with this Pirates offense. A .332 on base as a group is great because you're always getting some base runners on it. And for the top of the lineup, with Horwitz, Lau, and Reynolds, those are your high on base guys, and you have 2 guys on base. So now you have Nicky G, who's been so good with runners in scoring position. He's in a perfect spot.
And with a 3-batter minimum, he's going to get a lefty on the mound. Gonzalez will in this at bat. You got pretty good speed out there. So if Gonzalez can knock one in the gap. And if you're just watching the Pirates for the first time and you're wondering what the cones are all about, it was earlier this year that the promotion they were going to have of Hoist the Colors, that's a Pirate thing. They ordered the shirts from Fanatics and they showed up with Hoist the Cone on them. And so rather than get mad, the players, the fans, have adopted the cone as one of their official mascots. Gonzalez now against Bonda. 1st and 2nd. 2 outs. Up the middle. A pick. And Keishel just gets to the bag. The Pirates leave 2. And we leave the 7th. On to the 8th. Minnesota 5, Pittsburgh 4. Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV. It's presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series and find your local Essilor expert at Essilor.com. And in part by Amazon. Save the everyday. Rich Waltz, Ryan Spilborghs, Trisha Whitaker here. As we get to the 8th, we've seen a lot of everything tonight. We've seen 2 balls leave the yard and make it to the river. We've seen some good bullpen on both sides.
We've seen great bullpens on both sides. We saw the return of Jared Jones. We saw the return of Connor Griffin, who was out for the last couple days. It's been a very entertaining game on a perfect night.
To 3rd, and an out. And by the way, if you want to go bowling after the night.
We're matched.
Kind of have the matched shirts, though. These are two teams that are still trying to figure out who they are. Pirates are much better offensively. The Twins have had surges up and then a plummet and then another nice run over the last 3 weeks. And they meet here. This is the first of a weekend series.
And that's the thing with Central divisions. I love watching Central baseball. I love the American League. I mean, that American League Central has not been sorted out at all.
What draws you to the Central? Is it
it's a different brand of baseball.
Because?
Smaller markets, a little bit more homegrown talent. You know, we're not seeing, other than the Cubs, you're not getting a huge influx of big-time free agents. So it's teams have to do things a little bit different. Love watching the Brewers play. Tigers, I know they're decimated by injuries, but when they play their brand of baseball, they're a pleasure to watch.
The National League Central, everybody's over 500. That's a challenge for everybody in the American League right now, is to be over 500. There's your highest winning percentage combined in the 2026 season. What's the noticeable difference between American League and National League? Because it's been lopsided so far this year.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Other than you have some monster National League teams like the Braves and the Dodgers. Obviously, you think about the Phillies, a little bit more complete.
That one hooked down the right field line. Larnach, he hit one of the balls out. It bounced into the river. The other, O'Neill Cruz hit all the way into the river, which rarely happens here.
I think with the National League Central, if you're a fan of watching the National League Central, you love all the pitching. Reds pitching staff, pretty incredible. This Pirates pitching staff, anchored by Paul Skeens. You got arms on top of arms. The Brewers, I mean, man, they play the game the right way. He can go up and down the entire division. If you like the Cubs, I don't blame you.
Head-to-head, National League 149 and 115 against the American League. That's a 56% win percentage. National League over American League. Car Shield brings you a scouting report, 2020 draft. Here's the take on Austin Martin.
It's amazing when you start reading these things. Best pure hitter in the draft class, tremendous barrel awareness. I think he does control the zone really well. That's evident with his chase percentage.
That was a national championship team at Vanderbilt. Kumar Rocker was the ace. Martin knocks it loose. And there were two great hitters in that lineup. And interestingly enough, both have emerged this year. It feels like J.J. Bleday has found a home in Cincinnati, and he's thriving. And Austin Martin was right there with him, some of the first picks, early picks in that draft. Jack Leiter was on that team. Jake Eder, Spencer Jones. Dotel doing exactly what they needed him to do, and that's eat up innings.
This is why the bulk reliever is not just when you're losing by 5. You can have a reliever that has, even if you have a 1-run lead, you can use it for three innings, especially if you get a shorter start. You can use him to keep you in a game.
And he strikes out Martin. That's exactly what they needed out of Dotel. 3 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts. Pirates still down a run.
baseball. Well, that guy right there, Austin Martin, we were just talking about him. He's been tearing it up since making the opening day roster. And if you want to know who lights up his phone after the game, whether he does well or doesn't, it's his grandma. Helen, ever since college, she's always texted him after the game. Austin told me before the game she's my biggest fan but biggest critic. He read a couple of the texts to me. He said she says sometimes it looks like you're doing too much, Austin. And then one time she said, what's wrong? You didn't get a hit, Austin. What's going on? So Grandma, he joked, is his hitting coach of sorts. He said she knows my swing better than anybody else. She's watched me since I was little, and she's not afraid to give me the feedback, guys.
Yeah, Trisha, she's not afraid to use that device. Right? But she's on social media checking it out, too.
Of course.
Pitch timer violation to start this at bat.
Ball.
And Anthony Bonda continuing on here. He faced 3 hitters in the 7th, but he's behind in the count now, 3-0. You see James Outman is out in center. Cody Clemens moves over at first.
Ball.
Well, sometimes a pitch timer violation can not only set you behind in the count, but maybe ruffle your focus a bit. O'Neill Cruz walks.
Yeah, you get a 3-pitch walk, and you can hear it maybe in the background. Victor Caratini on that last pitch, he was like, ooh.
No challenges left for either side, but plenty of pitching changes left. Derek Shelton's out to the mound. He'll make a change. 5-4 Twins, bottom 8.
Cody Funderbook.
And he faces Connor Griffin. There's a strike. Pirates have been down a run, it seems like, forever.
This game in the first couple innings, we thought we might see double digits with runs scored from either one of these teams.
Great speed at first with Cruz. Griffin swings and misses. He's 2 for 3 in this ball game. He's the DH tonight. Forearm issue right now. They want to calm down his throwing activity so he can DH, pinch hit, pinch run. Cruz leaning, not running. Stays at 0-2. Cruz is a terrific base stealer, 17 of 20 this season. .38 stolen bases last year. Didn't get caught much at all.
What you're saying is an interesting arm angle. It's 28 degrees, but it's a 4-seam cutter and a change from that arm angle. Former 14th rounder by the Twins at the University of Maine.
0-2. Bouncer towards short. Oh, the Twins throw it away. Keishel can't hold it, and it rolls into right field. And the Pirates with nobody out. The tying run's at third. The go-ahead's at first. That looked like a double play.
Yeah, tarps off at Pittsburgh for the Twins. I mean, you start to wonder how much does the speed of O'Neill Cruz and Connor Griffin put pressure on Luke to try and be fast. And he misses it. Watched him hit his glove after the error. There's nothing wrong with the lead throw.
Gray is going to get the error. Keishel may end up with it. The infield's in at the corners. And here's Endy Rodriguez. And he takes outside. Big moment for the Pirates.
Yeah, huge. I mean, at minimum, the Pirates should be able to tie this game up.
Lorison, runner goes, pitches a ball, the throw down, not in time, it skips away. Cruz went down the line and then goes back to third. It was kind of a half-hearted throw by Caratini. I don't know that he had a good grip on the ball. It just kind of petered out. That's a stolen base. Now 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. 11th major league appearance for Lorison. And he throws a strike. It's 2-1.
That stolen base just changes the complexity of the inning. I mean, you take away a force even with the infield drawn in.
This decision to bring the infield in is obviously you're trying to cut off a run. The danger, you could give up 2 runs on a ball that might be to an infielder if he was back.
And infielders don't have as much space now to work. There's not a lot of wiggle room. So you have to hope that they hit it right at you.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez slams the bat down. A big out for Lorison.
It is a huge out. 12th punch out tonight, 3rd one for Andy. You see he's just trying to hold up his swing. And that's where that funky arm angle comes from. It's 28 degrees, but he's shooting it straight up.
And Don Kelly's going to pull the trigger on a pinch hitter. Jake Mangum, professional hitter, comes to the plate. And a mound visit coming for the Twins. Pete Mackey, their pitching coach. Don Kelly looking at the matchup sheet. So a lot going on in both dugouts right now. And in the bullpen, Funderburk getting ready, the lefty. You keep the infield in again. You got Mangum. Mangum is a better hitter than Rodriguez. Triolo's up next.
Jake has hit really well at PNC. On the road, not so much, but here he's put up really nice numbers.
4 for 12 in his career. It's a short career as a pinch hitter. Here we go. Infield's in. 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. And it misses in.
So it's so fun to watch the cat and mouse. Brooks Lee is hugging third base, which forces O'Neill Cruz to be close to the bag. It's an open side with a left-handed hitter. So you can picture Victor Caratini if O'Neill Cruz on a swing and a miss takes a big jump.
Mangum swings and lines it foul. A ball and a strike.
So watch this. If there's a swing and a miss, Victor Caratini will try to fire down to third. That's especially with the open side, because this is contact. Any ball on the ground is a contact play for O'Neill Cruz. You can't wait for the ball to go through the infield.
Trail runner has great speed. That's Griffin. 1-1.
Ball.
Misses in. Both teams, remember, as we're down to these crucial last inning and a half, are without challenges. Mangum, an outstanding rookie year with the Rays, had to climb his way through the minor leagues. Ground ball, runner comes home, throw to the plate, tag is in time, he's out. Clemens with a terrific play. Caratini, the veteran catcher, got the tag down because Cruz, as Spilly pointed out, was off on contact.
Cody was in center field, now he's at first, and this is where he shows off how good of a baseball player he is. I mean, he couldn't have hopped him any better, just right to his chest, easy to make the throw. Nice tag from Victor Caratini at home. Nowhere for O'Neill Cruz to go.
Now Triolo, the 9-hitter. Griffin's at third. Mangum's at first. And it's foul back. Triolo is 0 for 3. He's lined out, struck out twice.
He gets second and third, nobody out. and you don't get a productive out, and they had 2 opportunities for it. So much pressure is on the hitter with 2 outs, on Jared Triolo.
0-1. Drive to right. Martin is there. Makes the catch, and the Pirates second and third, and nobody out and no runs. 5-4 to the 9th. Mangum is going to stay in the game. He's in left field. Bullpen's been really good for the Pirates in this one. Gregory Soto, who's kind of emerged as their end of the line guy, is going to take the 9th against the Twins. Still 5-4. Pirates second and third and nobody out. Cody Clemens with a nice throw to Caratini to get Cruz at the plate. That was a huge, huge play.
Huge play. And for Gregory Soto coming in, I mean, he's tasked with just keeping this game as is. But we see this time and time again. You pull a rabbit out of the hat, second, third, nobody out. Defense comes in. You got that momentum right back into your dugout, and you often see teams capitalize on it.
Caratini cracks that one into the seats. Remember, at the start of the night, we were talking about Jared Jones coming back 609 days since his last major league start, and a piggyback with a long reliever, and that was Wilbur Dotel, and that actually worked out pretty well as far as Dotel goes. It's high. Jones went 4 1/3. He's responsible for all 5 of the runs. Evan Sisk cleaned up an inning, and then Dotel went 3 fabulous innings. Scoreless, struck out 4. But the Pirates are still down a run. Strike 3 called. So good bullpen for the Pirates, but frustration for a big crowd here on a Friday night.
Here's Greg Soto's bread and butter, the backdoor slider. Just froze Caratini on the backside.
Keishel, a hustle double back in the 6th. And a strike. The Pirates will have the top of their order up in the bottom of the 9th. Horwitz, Lau, Reynolds, and Gonzalez, and Cruz if anybody reaches. Jones gave up both home runs and the 2-run single to Gray in the 2nd. Reynolds makes the catch.
Looking at the overall numbers for Soto this year, he's been fantastic. The league is hitting 118. 118.
Under. Twins are going to pull the trigger on a pinch hitter. And it's going to be Kreidler. Ryan Kreidler. He's got 3 homers so far this year. Twins bullpen. Taylor Rogers. Check swing, little roller. Soto pounces and makes a terrific play. For a left-handed pitcher, that ain't easy. And he made it look that way. Down to their last 3 outs. The hometown Pirates down a run on a Friday night on Apple TV. Summary, cap off the night presented by Blue Moon. Frustration coming in this one for the Pirates.
Well, the Twins have been using all their relievers. You had a chance with Andy Rodriguez, second and third, nobody out, got the punch out, and then a great play from Cody Clemens at first, gets O'Neill Cruz on contact. And then you get the fly out to right from Jared Triolos. They walked a high wire and they got out of it.
Kreidler stays in at short. Top of the order for the Pirates. And the lefty out of the pen, a tough guy to pick up. One of the kings of soft contact, Taylor Rogers. Horwitz fouls it back, and quickly it's 0-2.
For Taylor Rogers, very familiar with the organization. He comes back this year as a free agent. He has 85 career saves, 6 on the season.
Horwitz, one of the best on-base guys that the Pirates have. They're down a run in the bottom of the ninth. Brandon Lau, good power source. Ryan Reynolds to follow. 1-2. Hit hard into the hole. Diving stop, Kreidler. No way he's going to get him. And the Pirates have the tying run aboard with nobody out. Second hit for Horwitz.
Great play from Kreidler at shortstop. Comes into the game. Of course, the baseball's going to find you. Dives, and if he gets to his feet, I still don't think he has a chance to make a play. What a great effort.
Pirates are going to pinch run at first base. Tyler Callahan just called up. Is now the runner at first. And now you got Lau. Big power source, 14 homers, but a long night, 3 strikeouts and a walk. First pitch strike.
This is where you have to be careful with Taylor Rogers, just because the sweeping slider, its league average is 325, and a sweeping slider to Brandon Lau could go into the right field bleachers.
3 walk-off homers in his career. And he was gunning for a 4th, but he's behind in the count, 0-2. Barreling up Rogers is not easy. There's a lot of moving parts.
His twin brother plays for Toronto. He's a submariner.
Callahan's at first, the tying run. Nobody out, bottom 9. Foul tip, and it's held. And that's the first out for the Twins.
Now this is the perfect location for the sweeping slider. Get it middle, start middle, and let it work away from Brandon Lau. So it starts middle, and you see the bat body just ejects.
It's a veteran catcher who held that tip in Caratini. 86 stolen bases in the minor leagues. For Callahan, he doesn't have one in the big leagues. And now Reynolds, who's walked twice. On an 0-for-2 night. You got Gonzalez and O'Neill Cruz. If this inning progresses, ground ball could end it for the Twins.
Ball thin.
No challenges again for either team. Caratini this year has struggled to throw out base runners.
Benefit for Caratini right now is he has a lefty, which forces the base runner to stay close to the bag.
Callahan got to the ballpark last night at 5:45, getting off a plane called up from the minor leagues. And he got into the game defensively in the middle of the game.
But it's a crazy story with Callahan. He made a play down the left field line when he was with Cincinnati. It was a horrific injury.
Two and one to Reynolds. Tying run at first. Fouls it back. 2-2 now. Good speed at first. Outfield's deep. You want to cut a ball off in the gap. Drive to left. That ball's deep. That ball's gone. Ball game. Reynolds walks it off. And the Pirates come from behind to win it.
This game had it all. You had a feeling it wasn't going to go easy. The Pirates get to hoist the cone. First time Derek Shelton's back with the Twins after managing this team for years. It went back and forth. And of course, the guy that's been here the longest, Brian Reynolds, just destroys a baseball.
Man, he knew it.
This game had it all. What a wildly entertaining game in Pittsburgh.
Fourth career walk-off hit, second career walk-off homer. He's been the face of the franchise really for the last 4 or 5 years. He has a lot more help this year. He's been a lot more selective. And boy, does he come through in a big spot to take the first game of this weekend series against the Twins. Second and third in the 8th and nobody out. The Twins didn't get a run and it looked like this one was going to slip away. That's right, clear the decks. A cannonball found left field.
I mean, all the runs scored in the first 3 innings, and then we got a battle of the bullpens.
The bullpens were really good until the end. Wow.
We've had some fun ones.
Big crowd, beautiful night. Pittsburgh, and a walk-off homer down to Tricia.
All right, you step up to the plate in that moment. You know your team needed you after a back-and-forth game. Take us through your approach in that situation.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a good pitch to hit. I was really just trying to hit a ball into right center, and I got a good one there. So,
how does it feel to give this team that kind of win? Cold?
Very cold.
How does it feel to give this team that kind of win at this point in the season?
Oh, it felt great. Last 2 games we were grinding a little bit, kind of grinding a little bit for most of that game, and yeah, that was sick.
You have been here the longest. You are perhaps one of the biggest faces of the franchise in the last decade. You have so much help this year. You've seen this team through a lot. What do you see from this group that's special?
We're a good team. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's not just a lucky run. We're just a good team with a lot of good players.
How much grit does this group have, especially in a game like that? So back and forth, you lose the lead, you get the lead, you tie the game, all the things.
Yeah, I mean, we're never out of it. We got a good lineup. We trust our pitchers to keep it where it's at, and it was just a matter of time.
Speaking of trusting your pitchers, Don Kelly, he speaks so highly of you and specifically of this group. What kind of leader has he been?
Oh, DK's great. I've been with him for some years now, and he's been the same guy ever since he got here. So, not enough good things to say about him.
This crowd obviously went nuts when you hit the walk-off. You've seen this crowd in so many different ways throughout the years you've been here. What's this place like when it comes to life when you're having a season like this?
Oh, it's loud. Yeah, tonight was sick. The fans were locked in. I don't know what happened after I hit it. I blacked out, but I'm sure it was loud.
Do you always black out after a big moment?
Yeah, of course. I think everybody should.
We love it. Congratulations. Go enjoy it.
Thanks.
Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tricia. A reminder, it was a Capital One walk-off For Brian Reynolds, Capital One is donating $1,000 to the Jackie Robinson Foundation every walk-off this season. That was a no doubt walk-off. Now the Pirates, 2 games over 500. National League Central, don't mess with these guys.
Don't mess with the Central.
Pirate fans sticking around. Drone show coming up. Gun show we just saw from Brian Reynolds. Taking it out. 6-5 the final for the Pirates. Back to Pittsburgh after this.